Before we begin, ensure that you are completely alone. Listen closely to the rain. Every story has a beating heart. Some dark secrets simply refuse to stop. You're listening to Bloody Chapter, a chilling journey into the macabre. Silence bleeds into the dark night. The cold truth never truly sleeps.
You're listening to Bloody Chapter. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades. Tonight's story. True horror, the dog who remembered the taste of blood. Where love checks in, but never leaves. I grew up in a quiet town, the kind where neighbors waved from porches and nothing ever really changed. Maple Drive was the heart of it. Kids rode bikes through puddles, old men fixed their fences, and every yard had a dog. When the Thompsons moved in, it didn't take long for everyone to notice their shepherd. Rex. Strong black fur glistening like wet stone, amber eyes that watched every move. He wasn't just loyal, he was intelligent. You could see it in the way he carried himself. Proud, alert, protective. He'd walk Lily, their 10-year-old daughter, to the school bus every morning, then sit at the gate until she returned. He barked only when he needed to. He never bit, never snapped. He was the perfect dog. Until the storm came. It was the middle of March when it started raining. Not just a drizzle, the kind of endless downpour that turns soil into black water and makes the whole world smell like rust. One night, the Thompsons' fence collapsed during the storm. Rex slipped out. He didn't come back until dawn, covered in mud, soaked, silent. He didn't wag his tail. Didn't bark. Just stared. Mrs. Thompson said he kept pacing the kitchen that night, growling at corners. Refused to eat. And when Lily tried to pet him, he snapped. Not enough to bite, but enough to scare her. They thought he was traumatized by thunder. But the look in his eyes? It wasn't fear. It was hunger. 3 days later, Mrs. Holloway's cat went missing. Then the miller's pug. Then a rabbit from the schoolyard hutch. Everyone said coyotes. Until we found what was left of Daisy, the cat, laid neatly on the Thompsons' porch. Her body torn, but her head, placed like a gift. Rex sat by it, staring, watching the rain. I remember how the air felt that morning, thick, electric. The kind of silence that makes your skin crawl. Mrs. Thompson tried to hide the evidence before anyone saw. But she couldn't hide the eyes. Rex's eyes? They weren't a dog's anymore. That night, I heard something behind my house. Scratching, low growls. I looked out, saw two eyes glowing faintly in the dark. And then, nothing. The mailman was the first. He said he saw movement near the Thompsons' gate. Thought it was a raccoon? When he leaned in, Rex lunged. The bite tore through leather and skin like paper. 32 stitches? The Thompsons swore he'd never done that before. Police came, animal control came. They said to keep him locked up, maybe put him down if he showed aggression again. Mrs. Thompson cried. Lily screamed. And Rex just sat there, watching, silent. 2 nights later, the Hendersons' dog went missing. Then the Ramirez family found footprints, deep, human-sized paw prints in the mud. I couldn't sleep. I went outside around 3 a.m., rain pouring, flashlight shaking in my hand. I saw him. Rex. Standing at the edge of the creek. Something was hanging from his mouth. I called the police. They searched the woods, found a half-buried pile of bones. Small ones, animal at first. But among them, a shoe. A child's shoe. They questioned the Thompsons. Mrs. Thompson said Rex hadn't been inside for days. That he'd started hiding when the lights were on. That sometimes, at night, she'd wake up to the sound of breathing by her bedroom door. Heavy, slow, waiting. April 16th. The night everything fell apart. I woke to sirens and gunshots. The storm was violent, lightning cracking open the sky. When I ran outside, the street was chaos, flashing red and blue, rain drenching everything. The Thompsons' door was gone. And Rex was standing in the doorway. His fur was slick with blood. His eyes reflected the sirens, gold, red, white. And in his mouth, Lily's doll. He bolted into the woods before they could shoot. 3 officers followed. Only one came back. They found Rex's body by the creek at sunrise. Still breathing when they shot him. They said his heart kept beating long after. Said they had to bury him twice, because the first time, the ground caved in. The Thompsons left the next day. No goodbye, no funeral. The house stayed empty, the yard overgrown. But every time it rains, you can still smell the iron in the air. Like blood never really left the soil. Weeks passed. The town tried to forget. But animals kept disappearing. And sometimes, at night, the street lights flicker in a way that feels like a warning. I started having dreams. In them, I'm standing by the fence, rain falling hard. Rex sits on the other side, his fur glistening, eyes calm again. He tilts his head. And I swear I hear him speak. Not words, exactly. Just a sound, a low broken growl that feels like my name. I wake up soaked in sweat, heart racing. Every time it rains, I hear the same scratching on my window. Slow, rhythmic, familiar. Last month, I went back to the creek. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe guilt. The grave was still there. The soil uneven. And in the mud, I found paw prints. Fresh ones. I followed them down the embankment, toward the old bridge. Something had dug its way out. A local vet told me something that still chills me. When an animal tastes human blood, he said, something inside them changes. It's not about survival anymore. It's about memory. Maybe Rex didn't just taste it. Maybe he remembered it. Now kids tell stories about him. The black dog of Maple Drive. They say if you whistle after midnight, you'll hear footsteps behind you, but never barking. They say he guards the creek now, waiting for the ones who forgot him. Sometimes I see shadows moving near the fence, hear claws tapping the sidewalk when the rain gets heavy. And when thunder cracks, I swear I hear it, a growl, distant but certain. Like he's still there, watching. Maybe monsters don't come from darkness. Maybe they're made from loyalty twisted by something we'll never understand. Before you sleep tonight, listen to the rain. And if you hear scratching at your window, don't look. You're listening to Bloody Chapter. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades.